Welcome all my Sagittarians to your full moon in Gemini reading, and that full moon is going to be happening on December 18th, bringing in some beautiful energy about embracing the flow of life. And there's kind of like this little shh from the universe about talk less, speak less, step back and watch and listen, because in doing that we're able to see something that changes our perspective about life and about what's going on in our life. So if we're seeing chaos or we're seeing lack in our life, we start to see abundance and gratitude and in that love of flow in there. And there's this beautiful affirmation that I found which really fits into that, and I love it. It's, I share kind, loving words with the people in my life. So if I have unkind or unloving words for people in my life, this energy of this Gemini full moon just help transform it into loving, kind words. So beautiful, beautiful energy coming in. We're also going to pull a card here from these Star Codes Astro Oracle and just see what the Creator wants all of you Sagittarians to know for this 3-week period around the full moon in Gemini. And that includes the week before the full moon and 2 weeks after it. So let's take a look here and see for our Sagittarians, what would you like them to know about this energy around this Gemini full moon? What about this 3-week period? There we go. And you have got Midheaven Pinnacle. And that's card number 36. So we will pull this up here and see what message comes with that for you. So the midheaven in astrology contains clues about how your family trained you to be visible in the world, your relationship to other people's authority, and how you step into your own personal authority. It describes the future mountaintop, the pinnacle of your work in the world. So the midheaven is the highest point of the chart where the sun would be at midday. So like kind of high noon, right? This most public visible point of the chart acts like the flagpole on top of your personal castle. I love it. That's why it has a castle, right? And the action around this, it says inventory your professional reputation and ask what you can do to strengthen it. Update your website. Look at your definition of success and make sure it is your own. Actually makes you happy and is not one you've inherited from your family or mentors. Think about the training you've received from these authorities and notice where it still serves you and where you need to release their preconceptions and step into something bigger. You may need to go back to hidden dreams or reawaken an ambition that may not make sense to anyone else. If you choose not to seek your sense of accomplishment as reflected in the outside world, your midheaven can speak of a quieter sense of personal authority. This is your life. Define the mountaintop for yourself. Take a next step in that direction. The challenge of that card is that traditions, other people's expectations, or your family history may be complementary to your idea of your own potential, or they may be hurdles to overcome as you find your true path, right? You don't want to, that's that fear of letting people down. And then the gift that this card brings is underneath all worldly sense of ambition is a soul's longing to live out its potential. Listen to the call. So this is beautiful. We are going to pull from these tarot of dreams as well to get some clarification. But this is very much about, are you living the dream that you want? It kind of reminds me of like Walt Disney World, right? Where Walt Disney, he did things different. He did it his own way, and he let his creativity and ingenuity just flood forward. And he brought us so many beautiful things, right? So many beautiful adventures. So this is like what you're being asked to do as well, is to express this hidden dream or at least to make sure that the dreams that you're living are your own and they're not some that you've borrowed from others. So we're going to pull 3 stacks or 3 different sets of cards, one for the week before the full moon, one for the week after the full moon, and one for the second week after the full moon. So for the week before the full moon, what would you like our Sagittarians to know? Okay, I feel like it's just these 2 here. And then what about the week after the full moon? Okay, got these 2 here. And what about the second week after the full moon? Okay. What else? Okay. And then these 2 are just for overall. I knew there was something else wanting to come out there. All right, so let's look at the week before the full moon. And you've got the Emperor. So the Emperor of the Palace of Dreams here. And this is a great card to come up here for you, because this is telling you that you are the one that's in control of your life. You're the one that's in control of the decisions and the intentions and leading your life. It has like 2 sides of the Emperor. There's the loving Emperor who puts things in order, it creates all the rules and the laws for all its kingdom, not for the benefit of itself, but so that people can get along together, like in the kingdom, so they don't fight each other and kill each other. It also, his intentions are so that everyone can work together, that everyone can work towards their dreams, and that everyone can benefit. Whereas when we get into our shadow side, then it becomes like a dictator whose goal is to feel safe and secure, and it does that by trying to be in control of everyone else, by maintaining their control, by gaining more control, and by taking control away from other people. So this awareness is coming in here about, for some of you, because this is a general reading, some of you, that represents this dictator in your life that dictated what you were supposed to do. No, screw your own dream. You're going to live the dream that makes sense. And whether that's staying in the family business or the same type of, employment, like everyone was a fireman or an officer or a doctor or a nurse, it's that type of feel like, no, this is what you need to do. And they were so overbearing, like as a dictator. Of course, you being so young, you fell under it, but you're ready to become the loving emperor of your own kingdom and do things that are that you can give to the world in your own special way, right? So this isn't about taking over the kingdom that's passed down to you. You're going and starting your own kingdom in a fresh new way, in a different type of place. Yeah, new adventures. This is new beginnings, so you're ready to step out into a new adventure in your life. This can represent like your connection to your soul and your higher self as well. But I really feel such a strong sense of a new adventure. You are, going out on your own. You're breaking away from that norm, and I love that energy that's coming in there for you. And then you have the full moon hits, and then you have the week after the full moon. And you got the 3 of Swords. Yeah, so this is awareness of these expectations that you had. Usually they have like this huge heart with these 3 swords that are stuck in it. And this represents the disappointment of the expectations we had. It also is this awareness of that our heart can never truly be broken. The heartbreak that we feel in our lives is actually this, when we go into fear, our human body goes into fear, our heart kind of like jump starts, kind of like when you get startled, you have that feeling. That's what heartbreak is. It's like this, our body realizing there's fear of some sort. Normally these days, well, maybe not more these days, but in the past up to this point, ours wasn't so much physical danger and physical stuff going on. It was emotional monsters we were afraid of, not physical monsters and, physical harm so much. And so when we recognized that the heartbreak was rooted in our fears, and you're overcoming those fears, and you're jumping, and you're realizing what has kept me back has been my fear of what people will think, and that I will be rejected, and that I'll fail, and all this stuff. But you have reached this point, especially connecting to your soul here. I mean, I love that the moon is on here too. So this all about the full moon energy coming in, that you're realizing that you get to decide what your life means. You get to decide what story you put to any circumstance. And if someone says something to you and like, you're stupid for doing that and da-da-da, you're like, okay, that's your opinion. That doesn't mean that has to be your opinion. And if you're fearing that what people are saying is true, then you can get into these small t truths of your shadow and understand, where does that beliefs come from? And is that true? Is it really, really true? And, you get to transform those beliefs and through this understanding. Yeah. He's got the Queen of Coins, which is also the Queen of Pentacles in other suits. Very much Empress energy too, which this is all about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and rebirth and new birth and wholeness and completeness. So this is definitely take care of you. You come first during this week. You get to put your desires and your dreams to the forefront. And so I love that she came out to you around this, because you're realizing, all this stuff that's been holding you back, it is time to let it go. She's very much earth energy, of course, but she also brings a lot of water energy. So trusting your gut and trusting your intuition is an important piece of this as well, because you got the spiritual energy up here, and there's the spiritual energy coming in there for you as well. Because here is your Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is your awareness that your thoughts and your beliefs are what have kept you constricted. So this is this huge aha during these 2 weeks after the full moon, of that it's been these expectations, these opinions, these popular opinions from the outside world on what you should be doing, on who you're supposed to be, need to be, have to be, blah, 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 blah. But you're ready to release all those, because I really feel, here's more of them, Seven of Swords. So all these swords are about your thoughts and beliefs, and this is how you've been deceiving yourself. You're already starting to leave swords behind. You still have 5 in your little arms there that you're working through and letting go. So I love that for you, though, because this means this is all in your view. It's all in front of you, in your face, that you're working through it and facing it. You're not hiding this from yourself. Yeah. Because here's the Two of Wands. Again, top row here, spiritual energy. It's also your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, and you realize you have a choice between these two. You get to choose to go through which gate. You get to choose what you do with your life. And so this is a huge power of choice, and how you plan to put this new awareness into action, this new dream. And this is where you start to plan. Like the Ace of Wands would be like this spark of, yes, I'm ready to make it and go for this leap. And now you're working out how you're going to make that happen. And you have that emphasis and that drive and that spark within you to do that. And then overall, for the whole 3-week period, you got Four of Wands. Perfect. 4 is very strong, secure, solid, stable energy. Think of 4 like a table with 4 huge, strong legs. It's a very solid, strong foundation. And you're ready to step through these doors because of it. So you're really looking during this period to make this leap, to make this jump, to really have all that energy that you're having, all that spark and that fiery energy that's coming up. That is you, Sagittarian. You have very much strong fire energy. You're ready to apply that and ready to move forward and use that. Yeah. And then you have the King of Swords. Swords are very present here. And this just shows you for this whole 3-week period that you are the king of this, whether you're male or female or how you identify. This is your energy. You have this Ace of Swords, which is what brings you the capital T truths, brings you the awareness of what your passion really is, and it also gives you the power to cut away these thoughts and these beliefs that no longer serve you, these fears that have been keeping you small, these influences, these opinions. And I'm hearing things like, you'll never be any good at that, stick to this. You'll fail at that. You're never going to make enough money for that. You need to do this to take care of things. That's irresponsible. Blah, 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 blah. You know, all those old thoughts and beliefs and opinions from the outside world that kept you feeling small. You're ready. You're ready to become the emperor and take charge of your life. Make this leap. Take care of yourself. Really make those decisions that are in alignment with your higher mission, your higher passions, that higher dream that is instilled in your soul, like this talked about. And it's about reflecting back, and like I said, these are those, like it's talking about family and other authorities influencing your decisions. That was all this stuff going on here, and you get to question it, and you get to say, is it really, really true? And you get to decide. You are the master of your own fate. You are the emperor of your own kingdom. So you don't have to stay in that, under that shadow anymore. You get to be the head honcho of your life. I love that. Well, beautiful. They also, with all this spiritual energy here too that's coming in, especially with this water, with this queen. Really, when I was talking about trusting your gut and trusting your intuition, if you're unsure of a move to make, just know that you are not alone, that you have this huge support of all these beings of unconditional love and light on the other side. And they won't mess with your free will or your life. They're already working out, having things unfold on things that you agreed you wanted to have happen in your life before you came down here. But that doesn't mean that you can ask of your own free will for them to come meddle in your life. So you can ask them, I'm not sure if this is the direction. Can you give me some confirmation? Can you give me some synchronicities, some signs, messages, something, and then wait for it and listen, get quiet and listen. Like we said with that full moon and Gemini energy, speak less, listen more, and you'll be able to hear clearly. Something you can do to help hear more clearly from the spirit side is to focus on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, because that's the frequency at which spirit speaks. And so when you're in chaos or in fear, that is very noisy, and so you don't hear as clearly. There's a lot of static and loud noise. But if you can step away and get into that quiet place and raise your vibration, then you can hear more clearly from spirit as well. So I love that. All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading here. I just want to let you know that in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements like fire signs, water signs, etc., moon readings for new and full moons, and some others as well. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, then that'll take you to your settings, and you can choose to be notified immediately. So it's pretty easy. Also, if you enjoy these readings, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up and click that like button, that helps the YouTube algorithm share these videos with others. So if you want to help spread the love, spread these messages, then just give that a little like if that resonates with you, and I greatly appreciate that. All right, well, know that as you go through each and every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing 3-week period around this full moon in Gemini, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.